Hello everyone, my name is Oliver from Lux Trading and today I'm here with Nitesh, our newest live trader. Welcome on the show, Nitesh.
Thanks for having me, Oliver.
How are you doing today?
I am fine. I'm fine.
So to start off the interview, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and how did you get into trading?
Okay, my name is Nitesh. I'm South African. I live in South Africa. By profession, I'm a civil and a structural engineer. So anything from the ground up, I designed that. I studied that. That's my profession. And I got into trading literally about 7 years ago. A friend of mine just came to my house and he said, I need to show you something fantastic. So he downloaded the MT4 onto my system. Yeah, and then thereafter, I've just been exploring options and I just got hooked onto that, the game of trading to so-called. Yeah, and it's just taken off from there. And that's just grown and grown. So I just find it very fascinating. I'm a trend trader, so I look at the larger trends of the market, understanding big trends, looking at currency rate of acceleration on the currency side, on the individual index, on the 7 major forex pairs. So first of all, I invest in the forex market, just forex trading. So I look at those pairs and I look at the big time frames. There's extremely large time frames to understand where we are in a particular trend, whether it's a corrective or impulse leg that we're looking at on a larger time frame. And then I try to get in on a little bit of a smaller time frame. In my case, position time frame, where I'm looking at the weekly, the daily, and maybe the 4-hour to get into my position.
How would you say that your overall experience with the evaluation stage went?
Oliver, I think the evaluation stage, it was one of my first prop firm challenge that I've taken. So I think the evaluation stage was a big learning curve for myself. And understanding that the systems that Lux have in place, I quickly came to know that the prop firm trading or investment trading or trading for hedge funds or trading for institutions or trading for families or trading for people requires a very strong risk management parameter. And I think Lux has clearly helped me to put that in play and to apply to my trading. I mean, the comments that I had got given back from Lux, I basically implemented that into my trading style, into my system, and it's working really well. I can say there's a lot of guidance that come in from Lux, and you can see there's experience because once I applied it to my system, it's just getting better. In other words, understanding how to get better, that helped me. That's really helped me in my front of things. I think they don't tell you in so many words, but the equity curve is really important to investing, and basically they helped me sweeten out that curve. That's where I stand now. Experience has been great.
I want to ask you, did you already receive your fee refund?
Yes, Oliver, I did. In fact, I got notification on the day of my passing the challenge. And I think within I think about an hour, you sent me an email and you basically said you did that transfer to me. So it was done within a day.
How was your experience with the relative drawdown? Is that something you have worked with before?
Oliver, it was something extremely new to me, and I think there's a lot of negativity around relative drawdown. If you just look at how people look at it, how inspiring traders look at it, they look at it as a big negative thing. But if you really look at it, and if you look at relative drawdown, it's for serious people that want to really zone into their risk management. And that relative drawdown will make your equity curve literally better. And we can get much more into it. I mean, there's a science behind it. Just me, from a technical point of view, I understand how the relative drawdown works. I think relative drawdown is there if you're looking to get into a business from a long term. If you're trying to just get into a business and you want to get into taking larger risk on trades, then relative drawdown won't really work for you. But if you're trying to stay into this game and to earn a living from this game, I think it's very important to understand relative drawdown. I'm very glad that Lux offers the relative drawdown. It might be looking at negative from a point of view where people can't handle relative drawdown because they have subconscious basically they do not manage their risk. However, if you got a strong risk management system, and if you stick to your risk management system, bearing in mind the relative drawdown of it, I think you'll just be a better trader in just moving forward. I mean, with relative drawdown and risk management on my side and information that I've received from Lux, I can tell you I can trade literally any account and I can have a positively expectancy. So that's great for me. So I think there's two parts of this coin. I mean, some depending on the type of trader. But if I look at protecting, I think the first thing is to protect funds. I think relative drawdown really assists in that. I mean, it's a game of positive expectancy, and it's a survival of the fittest. But if you really put relative drawdown in context to what the game we are playing, it really adds value. I mean, you are actually protecting clients' capital all the time. So that's, for me, it's a priority. So relative drawdown really assists on that. Yeah.
Now, if you could share one piece of advice with new or starting traders, what would that piece of advice be?
I think there's much information on technical analysis. There's much information on charts and chart patterns. So I'm not really interested in that. That will help you to get into specific trades. It's very important. But the most important part that I found when you want to become as a serious trader, or a trader that's going to take it to another level of understanding how markets work, I think the most important thing is to take a step back from your charts. Just take a real step back from your charts and just focus on risk. Understand how risk works. Understand how relative drawdown works. Understand that you are trading a large amount of capital. It can be for yourself. It can be for people. Or if you really want to get into a business where you're really taking trading as a way to earn income, you need to understand the risk parameters of this game, which is very important. I mean, I studied risk for about 6 months before I can actually start understanding equity curves. And there's certain models that go with it, financial models, and it goes deep. I mean, institutions go deep into these things, and by just using a simple moving average, you can make money. So it's your risk. It's understanding how risk to reward ratios work. You need to understand the probability of trading and how that works. You need to understand that if you have a system in place and if you have 6 or 7 losing trades, do you look at it as you're a losing trader? Do you feel bad about it? It's understanding psychology. It's understanding that how the mind works. It's all that. I mean, the market, the financial market will do what it has to do. But I think the most important thing is just take a step back, drop all your charts, drop all your systems, try and work on the system, but first understand risk and try and apply a trading system, maybe using technical analysis and all the tools relative to it. Understand that system, that there is a probability of risk to reward. There is a probability in your system, first of all. There is risk to reward ratios that you need to apply in your trading. And that becomes your Bible. That becomes your go-to. That becomes your system that you never break. I mean, your risk is the most important system that you'll ever have in trading. And then you need to ask yourself, if I have a system that works in terms of risk, it works on a piece of paper, it works on an Excel spreadsheet, how are you going to apply that risk to the financial market? How are you going to take that forward? And how are you going to make that say, okay, I have a system. My system is 90% risk, 8% technical analysis. And then you've got another part of trading, which is a psychological part of which you need to ask yourself, if I lose 6 to 8 trades in a row, how does this affect me as a trader? Do I give up, or do I say I'm still in the game, or do I just walk away, shut it down, walk away, and that's it? I think serious financial institutions and serious financial players in this game, I've read many books about it, watched many documentaries about it. They all manage risk. I think the first thing is just zone into risk. They forget about what's happening in the world fundamentally. They forget about what is the strongest, what is the weakest. They forget all of that. They get into the market with a pure risk position, and that's it. I think that's where my mind is now. So I can take 6 losses in a row, but I know eventually I will get back in terms of a positive expectancy. However, the timelines are different. I mean, there's times I can't say how this market will behave in a particular time, in a particular day, in a particular quarter, but I apply my risk to the market and I basically step away and that's it. That's what got me to the point of psychology, because I've got a strong risk management. I would say the risk management is utmost important in this game. Yeah, take your risk, how much you're willing to lose, divide that by 3, and then divide that by another 5 or 6, and enter those positions into the market. You'll be fine.
What are your expectations going into the second stage?
I think my expectation is that I want to move on to the next stage. I will definitely pass this evaluation. I'm just sticking to my rules of how I basically did my initial evaluation. I sweetened up my risk side of it, so I'm much more happier with that. The psychology is in line. So my expectation from the second stage is that I apply all that information that I've learned and all the feedback that I've got from Lux, from our risk desk. I apply that and take that through into the next stage.
Have you started trading the live account yet?
Yes, I have started.
Do you feel the difference trading a live account and trading a demo account?
Not really. Honestly, it's like for me, it's the same because I trade the demo as if it was a live account. I mean, it was an evaluation. So technically, you know what, these things on the line, there's your fund, your initial deposit. But for me, it was much more than that. I think it was a much more learning part of that. The first part was the evaluation, which I learned. I sweetened up my risk side of it, sweetened up the way I get into positions and stuff with the advice that I've got from your risk desk. And obviously moving forward, I've taken that advice and applied it to my trading. And so it's literally no difference.
Are you nervous?
Not really. I mean, I'm getting to that point where I'm becoming emotionless to the positions that I'm adding to the market, or that sort of thing.
And my last question, would you recommend Lux to other traders?
Yes, definitely. I would definitely recommend them. I have not much direct experience with other prop firms at this stage. However, I found that, it's like you're getting into a prop firm challenge, and the expectation is that you wanna make your target and just move on and move on and on. But however, with Lux, you are given feedback throughout your evaluation stage. You are given feedback, and you can always type into your risk desk. You can get into your risk desk. They offer you the assistance that you will require in terms of asking a question. I had a simple thing on a lot sizing on multiple positions on the same pair, or adding to a position, and I was answered. I mean, I taken all that feedback and applied that. Although it was evaluation, I've taken that. I've used Lux and the experience of Lux and the people that you all have in terms of your risk desk to my advantage, because I needed to learn more. And I developed that into a system that I can follow. So I definitely learned. I will definitely recommend it.
Thank you for your time today, Nitesh. It's been a pleasure doing this interview with you. And for everyone else, if you want to learn more about Lux Trading, feel free to reach out to us on our 24/7 live chat or send us an email at info@luxtradingfirm.com. Mine has been Oliver. Thank you for watching and have a great one.